on leptin. And the reason why I really wanted to talk about this subject is because if we don't know our evolutionary history, then how can we move forward? And leptin plays a major role. Leptin is a superstar when it comes to our evolutionary biology. You see, when leptin was discovered in 1990, it was boycotted by Big Pharma. They wanted to patent leptin, and they succeed at it. It took them a long time. See, all of the GLP-1 drugs that you see in the market today is the result of the discovery of leptin in 1990. I can remember 1991, 1999, I can't remember. But the man who really, served leptin for us in his proper role in evolution, his name is Dr. Jack Kruse. And you really want to get to know leptin, what leptin is all about, leptin biology, basically leptin melanocortin pathway, or, leptin melanocortin pathway. And leptin is a hormone that is created by the fat organ underneath our skin, the subcutaneous fat, right? And leptin responds to the changing in seasons. It responds to the light dark cycle of our everyday life, as well as seasonal changes. It's really what signals starvation or desperation or abundance. And this nutrient sensing, these starvation sensing in the brain is really important. I mean, if you don't know that you are starving, then you're going to die and wither, right? And the hypothalamus is really the part of the brain that is continuously giving us life. And that is where leptin dock. That is where leptin binds to in the brain, specifically, the POMC pathway or the POMC neurons, right? And POMC neurons is a very long peptide. It's ancient, and it can be spliced, divided, cleaved into different hormones that play a major role. Talks about suppression of feeding, right? That is the POMC peptide, this long peptide, right? But without leptin, it cannot activate. This POMC neurons is what creates the cortisol rhythms, right? It is also what allows us to feel hunger and to also feel full. And it is also what allows us to store the energy of the sun, right? And that has to do with alpha melano-stimulating hormone, right? And that is a different story. But what I want to mention today, right, is that leptin does so much more than what you will see in normal textbook that says that leptin just signals satiety or fat mass, right? But no, leptin modulates the reward pathway. Your addiction, your love for life, is this love for life, leptin modulated. Leptin modulate the immune system. Leptin modulate reproduction, right? Fertility. It also regulates puberty. Leptin does so much more. It regulates energy, right? This sympathetic and parasympathetic branch of our nervous system, leptin regulated. Daytime for sympathetic and nighttime for parasympathetic. And this flexibility of energy is modulated by leptin. Leptin does so much more. And that's what I'm saying today. And that is what is being kept from us. Your ability to maintain weight management. That's leptin's job. That is leptin's job. And people don't know it. Majority of people working in the mental health department, people, personal trainers, fitness trainers, nutritionists don't know leptin. I didn't know until about 3 years ago. Leptin is really important. And what I want you to remember is that leptin responds to the solar system, to the solar cycle, changes in temperature, changes in light. So if you get out at sunrise, leptin is primed. If you feed at breakfast around sunrise time, you are really encouraging leptin regulation. If you skip breakfast and then you switch on artificial light after sunset, or at least 1 to 3 hours before sunset, if you're under bright light at night and then you stay indoor all day, that is the destruction of leptin. Basically that. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about leptin. I hope you get what I'm saying. If you have any question, do drop your message below and I will get back to you.